Alright, Nightmare Comics 1 here, and I'm kind of in a somber mood because I was talking to, as you wrestling fans may know him as T Slate 1974, and he thinks I'm crazy for even thinking this, but by October, this is just a prediction, but by October, Dick Grayson will die, and before y'all gasp, just listen because what I'm about to say it makes a whole lot of sense. Okay, in Final Crisis, most people watching this video know. In Final Crisis, Bruce Wayne was supposedly killed. You know what I mean? He was shot by the Omega Sanction by Darkseid, and pretty much was his skin was disintegrated, torch flesh. He was pretty much a skeleton after that. You know what I mean? Um, but then then what was I gonna say? Then we find out that he's just lost in time. And now he's trying to make his way back to Earth and well back to his current time. And the Justice League are trying to find him because for some reason they said it would. Like I haven't. I'll be honest. I did not read Return to Bruce Wayne number. What's the one with Blackheart? I haven't read the most current one. You know what I mean? The one with the pirates and shit. I haven't read it yet. But is that the most current one? Or is the I hear one's supposed to have Jonah Hex in it. I don't know. I did not like the first two, so I just kind of dropped the book. I figure I'll just check and see what went on after this shit is over, and then like I don't really like Grant Morrison, but that's a whole nother video. but actually it's not because Grant Morrison is gonna be the faggot that kills him. But excuse the F word, but I'm not saying a derogatory term for gays. I'm just saying he's a jerk. If he kills Dick Grayson, he's an ass. But he will, and I'll tell you why. Let me get back to the subject at hand. But yeah, now he's wandering through time or whatever, and trying to find his way back to the present. And during that whole time, before that, they were trying to figure out during Battle for the Cow, which was not as bad as everyone says, but during Battle for the Cow, they were trying to figure out, hey, who's going to take the place of Batman? Bruce Wayne is dead, so who's going to take his place? And then eventually, of course, Dick Grayson takes his place, and you know, shortly after, I'm just throwing this in. Shortly after, you know, Tim Drake, Tim Drake decides, I want to be Robin still, But then Dick tells him like, hey, you can't be Robin. Robin is Batman's protege, and you're not my protege. We're actually equals. So how would it look you being Robin, and we're equals? So Damian Wayne, who at first I was just kind of upset by that, ended up being Robin. Turns out he's been a pretty good Robin, and Dick's been actually a pretty good Batman. Some of the stories he's been in haven't been so great, but we ain't gonna go into that. But and then Tim Drake has taken over as Red Robin, like he's done that persona, and now Bruce Wayne is coming back. Dick has been Batman for well over a year, you know, and with Bruce Wayne coming back, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna bring him back, and he's not gonna be Batman. Like that will not happen. Like it's kind of like Bucky being Captain America, and Steve Rogers isn't. Like it's just weird seeing him and him not being Captain America. It's just like I'm not saying it doesn't work because it actually does make a little bit of sense, but I don't think many fans want to see. I think most fans would rather see Steve as Captain America than Bucky as Captain America. You know what I mean? And at the same time, Dick can't just go back to being Nightwing. Like it would just be weird. Like he would just go back to being Nightwing like nothing happened. I don't see that happening. And if you read the previews, I know that usually doesn't mean anything. The previews can be way off. But if you read the previews, apparently Dick's life is going to be in danger. Do not be surprised if Grant Morrison goes ahead with killing Dick Grayson. Because I think it would be weird if he just went back to being Nightwing. And then Bruce is coming back also. He'll probably be back sometime around October. So, I mean, it would make sense to a degree. But I feel like from jump, if you were going to kill Bruce Wayne, don't bring him back. You know what I mean? And now, not even a year, well, a little bit over a year later, he's going to be back. I just feel like Grant Morrison should not have as much control at DC Comics as he does. Like he shouldn't, like he does too much. Like every time he gets on a book, he changes everything. Like he changes everything the book was. Like Final Crisis, they gave him that event. Like, hey Grant, give us something great. And everybody hates Final Crisis. I know like two people that actually like Final Crisis. Everybody else hates it. You know what I mean? So I don't get why they give him so much power. I just don't understand. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, but that's all I wanted to cover. I mean, if Dick is dead, do not be surprised, people. But I will definitely be upset. But I'll holler at y'all later. Peace out.